guys, welcome back. It's Tommy, this time with a Starcraft 2 replay for you guys, actually with a series here from the IEM Katowice tournament in between these two pro players. Of course, you guys should know who these players are. We have here spawning in the upper right in the red, it is SERRAL from Finland, and his opponent here in the lower left in the blue, it is MARU from South Korea. So very strong series here. Like I told you, IEM Katowice in Poland. These games have been played in February 2022, and I'm going to be casting here the whole series in between them. As you can see, they are spawning here on Hardwire, and I've also found a new layout here. As you can see, production tab is in the upper left part, and down here it is like the World Cyber Games layout. You can see all the information here, APM upgrades and so on. So really nice layout here, which I found. Finally, as we see now, MARU opening up here, pretty standard supply depot, not deciding here to block the ramp, just adds here the barracks and his gas. Let's have a look at SERRAL's build order. Goes into a fast expansion, then extractor, and pretty soon he's very likely going to continue with a spawning pool. So the pretty standard stuff here by both players. MARU not deciding to do any proxy barracks into the middle of the map, just adds here his barracks into the main. So yeah, Terran versus Zerg it is. Let's have a look what strategy MARU is going for. Like we've seen previous Terrans here on this channel, they really like to go into those medivacs, into that harassment against the Zerg. Bio is also much needed, units like marines and medics and so on, but later on a transition into mechanical vehicles, into Taurus, into tanks and so on could also be a possibility. As we now finally see MARU moving out here with his SCV. He's going to check, of course, if SERRAL made a fast expansion or not. It's very important for him to know that he will be confident that there won't be a Zergling rush coming towards him. And as you can see, as soon as he saw that fast expansion, he has decided now to retreat. So the information has been gathered. His expansion should be safe. Let's have a look at his main once again. He's continuing here with a factory and also adds a second refinery. Reactor is also being added as SERRAL now goes for his second expansion. So we have the 2-minute and 30-second mark. SERRAL decides to expand once again. We also see the worker here in the lower part, army and so on, APM. So yeah, really nice layout, like I told you here. Lots and lots of information for you guys in case I'm missing something. Speed is also being operated here by SERRAL, so no early aggression here by both players. Both players playing really safe. And we see also a starport now being made for MARU. Barracks into factory, into starport. Very likely this starport is of course going to pump out those medivacs, and by the looks of it, he might try a harassment with those Hellions. Hellions can be of course very deadly against those drones. Yeah, let's have a look what the next steps are going to be. You can see SERRAL of course parks here his overlord just to see when exactly an medic move out is going to happen as the first medivac is being produced. Let's have a look what next steps MARU will be taking. Perhaps he's going to decide here to wall in just to fend off any Baneling or Zergling attack. And yeah, let's have a look at the base here from SERRAL once again. Nothing out of the ordinary, no other buildings, no Baneling's nest, no Roach Warrant. I believe he's going to stick straight into those mass Zerglings with queens. We've seen this many Zergs do before, so Zerglings, queens at the beginning. And yeah, let's have a look. Perhaps later adding some Banelings, some Roaches, Ravagers and so on. Hydras could be a nice possibility. The Overlord is nicely going to be gathering important information here for SERRAL. The first bio units are being moved out here. No, actually he's going to drop them back. SERRAL with a nice move here even adds another Overlord with speed. So he sees everything MARU is going for. Of course, MARU is going to react with a Viking just to fend off that detection here for SERRAL. And we also see a second expansion here for MARU. So at almost 5-minute mark, at the 4:37-second mark here, MARU decides to go for another expansion. As he should know, perhaps he did scan this location, as he's now moving out here with 4 Hellions. Now let's just see what exactly the target is going to be. SERRAL already nicely spreading here his creep, and those queens are really great against Hellions. So MARU has to think about something else. Nice spread here by SERRAL, but hold on, MARU is going to commit here, but it's getting blocked with this building here. So SERRAL, really great mind game here. Hold on, we actually have that medipack now finally coming here. So it's going to deny some mining, but SERRAL also having some units here, Zerglings with queens. So no matter what MARU does here, SERRAL seems to be having that answer, that great defense. MARU is of course known for his multitasking around the map. He can attack on two sides, in on 3 sides. It's really hard to micro. You might migrate even on the mini map, so very hard to execute. But yeah, the harassment is very much important for a Terran versus the Zerg, not allowing the Zerg to macro up easily. Now let's have a look at the main. Luckily here for SERRAL, this Overlord is still alive, but as I say, this Viking should of course be able to take care of him. So most players now, I believe, should concentrate now on their macro game to armory, so the upgrades will be ready. Finally, hold on, we have a battle cruiser, so I totally missed this one. So a battle cruiser it is once again. Mining time has been denied. So there's so many queens. There's even a spore, and one queen is actually being sniped. They're not deciding to heal that queen. Even one drone or 2 might get sniped. So the battle cruiser with successful here 3 kills is nice. Teleportating the battle cruiser. At the same time, we have 6 Hellions here. They might have a successful mission unless SERRAL is going to react. Some Baning, some Zerglings are here. In come the Hellions. There's one queen, but so much splash damage could be dealt. As the other Zerglings with speed will be able to surround some Hellions, but also Hellions are really good against Zerglings, so some Zerglings have fallen here. 2 Hellions have fallen as well. Some reinforcements are coming in. Nice harassment here once again. And yeah, the battle cruiser still in position, but not that much health for him, as MARU finds a nice position here for his Marines in the back, but SERRAL is able to fend this off once again. So MARU still trying to kill some of the economy here from SERRAL, but it's not really being successful. He does make just some small poke points. Now he's finally going to teleport back, and yeah, SERRAL just deciding here to scout the map, just deciding to see what exactly MARU is going to be doing. By the looks of it, he's transitioning into more and more mechanical units, cyclones. Hold on, we have another attack here, Hellbats even, so Hellbats much more tankier unit than the Aliens. There is really so many queens by SERRAL, and he should be able to fend this off once again. Just a small group here of Zergling. I don't think he's going to be able to do so much damage. Of course, he has to retreat for the battle cruiser, and so many Hellions with cyclones. Yeah, at the same time, MARU just retreating here, just regrouping perhaps. Slowly but steadily we're closing at the 10-minute mark. And hold on, we actually now see some mutilies coming in for SERRAL. That is that cyclone, actually those cyclones. So yeah, MARU thinking about defending really nicely here with those cyclones, able to push this back. So a nice timing by both players. Of course, the players know the timings, the build orders and so on, so they know when a attack from Mutalisk might happen. So remember, Terrans also have that scan, so it's really important to scan the mains from your opponents and so on, just to know exactly what is coming towards you. So yeah, Mutalisk are of course much faster here, so much more mobile. They're also very fragile. Let's have a look what is going to happen. A 3-base Terran it is versus already a pretty soon to be a 6, no hold on, a 5 base Zerg. Nice macro game here by both players. You can see the worker count here. SERRAL already at almost 90 workers versus the 78 from MARU, as the battle cruisers once again are coming here. So just a couple of Mutalisk, of course. The Raptors would have been better. The MARU tries once again to snap some drones. He's being quite successful with 6 kills, but he might lost here this one battle cruiser as they return here. And this battle cruiser with 70 HP should be healed. So successful mission this time for MARU as he's sniping 6 drones. Really good stuff. And yeah, SERRAL is of course going to answer here with so many Mutalisk. He might try to snipe some of those SCVs here. There's not really that much anti-air. He has those overseers just to see those mines. Really important to have that overseer, because mines are really deadly against those Mutalisk, and is he going to commit? Well, against so many Cyclones, I don't think so, and even battle cruisers. Yeah, let's have a look at the next steps, and we have some swarm hosts now. An interesting transition after transition here for SERRAL as he's heading here into this expansion point, going to launch those broodlings here. And let's have a look. Locust, actually, for Locust, sorry. So in come the Banelings, in come the Mutalisk. SERRAL seems to be throwing everything he has here towards MARU. There's so much splash damage, but those mechanical units are also really tanky, as the Locust will be very launched really soon here. MARU does hold. He is able to push SERRAL a little bit back, and even some spores are moving out forward. And once again, Locust on the launch. The Queens look like they will be spreading their eggs here, their creep. And yeah, let's have a look at those Locusts. Remember, the Locusts just cost mana, so SERRAL is nicely trading here mana against some kills. Yeah, really great hold here by MARU as he's adding some Taurs now. So thanks Taurs and Battlecruiser, we have a straight mechanical build order now. MARU, as one of his expansion is under trouble, he might even have soon Yamamoto gun. And yes, indeed, Yamamoto gun is going to be launched here against those Mutalisk, dealing so much damage. Very nice stuff here by MARU and SERRAL, of course, as those Queens with that speed, with that creep, really important. Always already knocking here at the door from the expansion. Yeah, let's have a look what these swarm hosts are going to be doing pretty soon. The X will be ready. We will be launching quite a strong Locust swarm now towards MARU. Let's have a look. Tanks already dealing some damage. And when exactly is SERRAL going to decide to launch? We even have a one lone Queen here, and in come those Locusts, but at the same time there's some Banelings busting here through. So much damage is being dealt left and right. MARU has to multitask. 18 workers have been killed. Locusts should be killed here, as the SERRAL is continuing here to snipe more and more workers. So MARU in some serious trouble, already losing 23 workers. SERRAL keeps continuing. He's now dealing with Yamamoto gun once again, but the mission has been successful. 25 kills here for him, dealing so much splash damage with those Banelings. So at the same time, sorry that I missed it, he did attack here into this location, but at the same time with those Banelings dealing so much splash damage, you can even see some SCVs are still in the red here. So nice job. SERRAL, as once again he's going to be launching those Locusts towards his enemy, towards MARU. And what can MARU do here against this? Some Banelings are moving forward. Of course, the defenses looks really strong, but more and more Banelings are pouring in. So much splash damage is being dealt by SERRAL, and at the same time he's once again moving out with his Mutalisk. Just 2 turrets now, 3 turrets here, so SERRAL should be able to take this off. And once again 10 workers have been killed. At the same time, MARU tries to answer here with a move out with those 4 battle cruisers, dealing some damage towards those Queens, snapping so many Queens. He might even snap some workers. At the same time, SERRAL finally will be fended off, but 14 SCVs have been killed. And MARU might, yes, he should be able to snipe here this expansion against SERRAL. So finally a victory here for MARU as well, but some Corruptors are coming here through, so he might have to teleport once again outside of this. Even the Mutalisk are coming out, and luckily he makes it out alive with the battle cruiser. So what a nice game here in between these two pro players. Both players dealing, of course, economic damage towards each other, but and SERRAL also losing here many workers. Interestingly enough, after all of those kills, MARU having more workers here than SERRAL. What a interesting statistics here. Those Banelings. Oh, I believe he just called so many mules, so 4 mules into this location. He might have called some mules here. So yeah, SERRAL once again now with his Locust swarm. The battlefield is already engaging here. He might come with the Corruptors, he might come back with the Mutalisk. Could be able to help once again. The refinery has been sniped. But yeah, MARU holds his ground against SERRAL, as SERRAL tries, of course, to throw everything he has here against his enemy, against his opponent, as the siege tanks might move out. SERRAL once again deciding here to expand. He might take this location really soon, as SERRAL now once again tries to move out with those Mutalisk just to attack the economy once again. There's not that much anti-air here, it's just one turret, but hold on, we actually see a nice connection out of those mines. At the same time, we have a strong engagement here in the middle of the map. Locusts once again being launched against MARU. So much is being thrown here against him, and he might really soon be surrounded, so this army will very likely fall here for MARU. So a strong push it was, but in the end SERRAL being able to fend this off, especially thanks to those locust swarm. Really nice job here by him. And what can be the answer for MARU be against this? Perhaps some abusement with battlecruiser. He might go into mass battlecruisers here against SERRAL. It could be a possibility. At the same time, he's trying to kill off a little bit of workers here. And now those locusts have been caught off guard. Of course, they're very slow. Yamamoto gun once again is being used, and so many swarm hosts have been killed. But in come the corruptors. Now remember, the battlecruisers do have teleportation, so it should be fine. Let's have a look what MARU is going to be doing. Nicely microing here one battlecruiser out, sniping some eggs, but in the end, of course, he has to retreat. But the sniping of those locusts was really strong. Now we see some Nidus swarms being added here by SERRAL, as he's going to respond with some Hellions. So what a crazy game we have here. Back and forward game here. SERRAL pretty much throwing everything he has towards MARU. And now we even have some Ravagers, so transition into Ravagers, Host Ravagers. What an interesting transitions here all over the map by SERRAL. As the battlecruiser are on standby, the high ground is here for MARU. He should be able to hold back. Yeah, he does lose 7 SCVs. That's okay. Those tanks, of course, really important here for MARU. Crazy game. Scans go all out of the map, as once again locusts will be launched here towards the expansion point, towards MARU. Let's have a look what he's going to snap. Perhaps a barracks or two. And we even have a Nidus swarm here by SERRAL. Crazy stuff here by him. As at the same time he's multitasking here, attacking this location. But MARU not having so much here, he's just having this planetary fortress. But in the end, so much damage here against him. So nice snipe here by SERRAL. Yeah, what can MARU do? For SERRAL is much more mobile here. Especially now adding those Nidus swarms, even having the locusts are still online, and that Nidus swarm giving so much more mobility towards those locusts. So SERRAL with a crazy engagement here, just showing us how many options are available for the Zerg. And yeah, once again he's launching the locusts here. Splash damage will be dealt towards those SCVs as well from the tanks. And yeah, MARU once again losing some workers, 5 and 7 workers here have been killed. Sadly here for MARU, he has dropped to 66 workers versus the 80 here from SERRAL, as SERRAL should be able to snap some workers here with those battlecruisers. Where are those corruptors? The other was just using Yamamoto gun against the hatchery, and now he's just going to TP out. Nice snipe by MARU. At the same time, Ravagers once again on the move out, but we have some Ghosts now, and Ghosts with snipe, really with that sniping ability, really strong against any Zerg. Still no Ultralisk here for SERRAL, as yeah, MARU holds his ground here, has his siege tank sieged up, and has those ghosts. Those ghosts, like I told you, in EMP could also be used against the Zerg, as we have another Nidus swarm here being prepared against MARU. So what a crazy game. We're already at the 20-minute mark. It's the first game. Locusts are once again being launched, but the Hellbats be able to fend this off with this tank. And yeah, MARU wishes, of course, to expand here, but it's such a risky location. It's so far away from MARU's main base. And yeah, once again SERRAL moves out, but he has this time Bailing Zerglings and Ravagers. Is he going to somehow perhaps come here through? But remember, MARU has those siege tanks and yeah, battlecruisers with Yamamoto gun, really strong as well. One shot can kill, of course, a Ravager, so much damage out of that Japanese gun. So really nice stuff from the Terran. At the same time, he's going to TP here, perhaps just to defend this location against the locusts. So yeah, locusts have been launched, but they will stand, of course, no chance against so many battlecruisers. We even have a Raven now, and we even have those ghosts. So MARU really wishing to stop already the harassment out of those locusts. As yeah, the scans once again go out here on the map. We see some corruptors, but like I told you, the ghost should be able to hold off the attack with those sniping. Now income those banings, income the Ravagers. We have mind control against those force great Ravagers, fireballs here against the battlecruiser, as the Thors are dealing now damage towards their own units towards the battlecruiser. So really nice stuff once again by SERRAL, adding those infestors here against MARU. MARU also holds his ground. He's moving out. He needs to be careful against those corruptors. There they are. He might once again try to snipe here the hatchery from SERRAL. And yeah, ghosts are also here, so the ghosts will be the counter against those corruptors. Really nice stuff here by MARU. And yeah, finally in comes those locusts once again. This command center has to stop mining for a moment, as yeah, once again so much is being thrown here by both players this time. And we even have an idle swarm, so much abusement here, but a nice mobility here by MARU, as he's bringing here his cruiser back just to fend off the attacks. So much happening. We see a transition here from SERRAL into the right part from the map. His corruptors have taken quite some damage. I believe that were those ghosts, and in comes SERRAL once again against this outpost with some Zerglings, with some Banings, corruptors and Ravagers. So there is once again a planetary fortress here holding strong. The battlecruisers can't really come back to engage, and SERRAL is able to take out this expansion. At the same time, MARU now moves out here in the upper left part. He should also be able to deal quite some damage, as the Thor is also here dealing damage towards that hatchery. So two hatcheries should be able to be snapped now by MARU. MARU is also answering at the same note against SERRAL. The siege tanks are nicely being sieged up here, so both hatcheries will fall really soon, as not that much mining is going on here by SERRAL. At the same time, the corruptors will take care of the battlecruisers, but the real economic damage has of course been dealt here against SERRAL. So SERRAL, let's have a look at the worker count, 46 versus 56. Both players are just damaging each other's really strong, and yeah, those ghosts will be so much crucial here. We actually also see 32 drones have been killed here into this location, into the upper part. Yeah, really great stuff here by both players, just damaging themselves. 46-50 here, really nice job. As now MARU on the retreat, his mission has of course been successful. In comes SERRAL, he's trying a flank here with the Ravagers, with the Zerglings, but will it be enough? As MARU once again prepares here his defenses against a push. So nice snipe here by MARU against those hatcheries. And now we have a transition into brood mothers, so broodlords, sorry. Next, those broodlords will be also really strong, but remember, SERRAL has those ghosts, and those ghosts with that sniping ability will be really strong. And he should also have some Thors, or does he have some Thors? There is just one Thor. Battlecruisers have been sniped. And yeah, now MARU knows that he's up against broodlords, so yeah, what is his answer going to be against that? And we even have a infestor here, and perhaps with some fungals, but it's getting sniped really nicely here by MARU. So really intense game here by both players. Ravagers, Banelings, broodlords this time here for SERRAL. Let's have a look where his next attack is going to be happening. In the meantime, we also see MARU now move out with some medivacs, with some tanks. He's going to be able to snipe here this location. SERRAL really has to answer here really quick. There are those broodlords trying to snipe here the planetary fortress. Really so much damage being taken here by MARU. Repairing not really going on, as some workers have been sniped. Let's have a look. We even have a Thor medivac now, as MARU just keeps pushing here forward, not going to fend off, and we might see a base trade scenario really soon. What a crazy game. SERRAL has to of course come back with his forces just to defend, and at the same time MARU once again pushing here forward with not quite a strong army, but in the end we'll be able to snipe this one hatchery. And they're just forcing here a pullback by SERRAL. SERRAL of course not that much mobile with those broodlords, and yeah, MARU just tries to keep sniping worker after worker. Yeah, his tanks will be caught out here, they will be killed, but in the end the mission once again has been successful. SERRAL is not mining from here, SERRAL is not mining from anywhere, so really interesting. What a successful mission this time it was for MARU. And yeah, really hard game now for SERRAL. He's at 31 workers, he's not mining from any post, just this post here, small post here from SERRAL mining. At the same time he's trying to push forward with those Broodlords against MARU. MARU is going to lose. The one command center is going to might lose a tank or two, but he's answering with Taurs against those Broodlords here. So let's have a look. Even those units are taking some damage. As in comes SERRAL now with so many Broodlords. SCVs are trying to repair everything here, but so much damage is being taken. Once again, 11 SCVs have fallen, tanks have fallen. Where are those ghosts by MARU? There they are. They might try to find a better position, snipe those Broodlords, as once again so much damage is being taken. 15 workers have been killed at the same time. A small group here of tanks, pure tanks in the upper part, trying to snipe as much as they can here from SERRAL. As SERRAL once again nicely kiting here back and forth his Broodlords and his Ravagers. At the same time we have some Zerglings here, but the real damage here is of course dealt by those Broodlords. And we also see now MARU moving here forward. Even though his force is not so strong, these tanks are able to snipe perhaps a hatchery or two, deny that mining time, and once again force a pullback by SERRAL. So what an interesting move here by SERRAL. Sorry, by MARU. In the end, of course, those heroes tanks will be killed here by SERRAL, but they have done their job. They have forced a pullback by SERRAL, and they also sniped a hatchery or two. So great stuff by MARU this time, as he calls back some mules just to have that mining going on. Let's have a look. SERRAL mines from this base. He should be able. No, the tanks have sniped this base, as MARU now will be able onto defense really soon against those units. We have the Banelings in the front, the Zerglings are also in the front. So many Vikings now have been added, and really strong answer here by MARU with those Vikings. Taurs are here, Ghosts finally sniping going on. So many snipes will be able to be launched here by MARU, as he's going to snipe one Broodwar after the other, and he guess his lead is going to be the GG here. So MARU taking game number 1. What a crazy game it is. A 26-minute first game here from MARU against SERRAL. In the end, those mechanical units were much better, and the Ghosts with that sniping. Great answer here from MARU. Now let's just go into game number 2. And we're back with game number 2 after one epic game number 1 in between MARU and SERRAL. Now we're spawning here on Blackburn, as we have SERRAL in the lower right as the red Zerg, and in the lower left as the blue Terran. It is MARU. So MARU leading the series 1-0 against SERRAL. Really nice stuff here by him. In the end, those siege tanks, those hero siege tanks moving out on the map were very crucial here for him. And the Ghost, in the end, the perfect answer against any Zerg in a late game. Yeah, let's see how things will unfold finally here on a quite smaller map, a 2 spawning location map. MARU prepares here his blocking of the ramp, so pretty standard stuff. Let's have a look at the build order here from SERRAL. Yes, indeed, just like in game number 1, he's going for a fast expansion. And yeah, MARU with his barracks and his refinery. So notice that he's not placing the barracks here into this location. Interesting enough, actually he's going for a double barracks. So what a interesting builder. I guess he really wishes to arm the economy really early. He might go into mass reavers really soon, reapers, sorry. And let's have a look how SERRAL is going to answer that. He's going into that extractor and then spawning pool. So he had a pretty standard open up here by him, as his overlord is going to really soon come in to this spot, and he's going to see, of course, the double barracks build order by MARU. And there we have the first Reaper being trained. The second Reaper should also follow up. Maybe he's also going into mass Marines. We're about to find out, as he's now just preparing a wall in. So SERRAL, of course, doesn't see any barracks. I believe he didn't even see these 2 barracks here, so he's just searching perhaps for some proxy barracks. But hold on, at the same time he's now coming back. So he should of course be aware that this is going to be a Reaper push by MARU. Let's have a look at his defenses. Some Queens should be spawned really quickly here by him. Yes, indeed, Queens it is. So Queens, of course, the perfect counter against that Reaper early on. So he sees the double barracks now, and he knows what is coming towards him. Let's have a look. The Queens should be able to pop out really soon in time. And MARU also deciding to go for his expansion now. So yeah, SERRAL not going for his third expansion. There is even a SCV scouting this map. The first Reaper is out, but MARU already on the defense with those Zerglings. And the Queen should also be out really soon. Actually, there it is, there that Queen. second Reaper is also coming here soon, as some Zerglings are here to answer. And yeah, the Queen should be able, of course, to hold the attack. Very tanky. Now we have a nice engineering block against SERRAL. Really good stuff here by MARU. And yeah, let's have a look what exactly the next steps are going to be here by both players. We see that expansion coming out, a third supply depot here by him. And he even adds a reactor and a tech lab, so he might transition into some Marines with Stim. Let's have a look what exactly is going to happen as Extractor is up there, those Reapers. I believe things have settled down a little bit. SERRAL is able to hold, and now he's going into more and more Zerglings. He might add a Baneling's Nest, indeed a Baneling's Nest, just to fend off any other aggression by some Marines, perhaps. Just this one Queen being able to fend this attack of some Zerglings. Now moving quite strong forward, and I believe, yes, indeed, they have speed upgrades, and now we should be able to catch some of those Reapers. The micro is really nice here by MARU, but in the end this will be held off. And look at that, there's even more and more being added here by SERRAL as he's launching here a straight attack towards MARU, and I don't know if MARU is quite being prepared here for this. Also many Banelings are also being spawned, and MARU has to uplift here his expansion. Let's have a look at the main. There's a bunker now being built, so MARU on the defense. We have built 2 barracks and 1 factories. In come the Banelings now, however, here for SERRAL, as they should be able to punch here through. Also many engineering bays just to block the entrance. There's this one bunker, but more and more Banelings have been added here, and so much damage is now being taken here by MARU. MARU in some serious trouble. It's going to lose SCV after SCV, as still Banelings are roaming around. And yes, indeed, this is going to be the victory here for SERRAL. So 1-1 it is. And now let's just jump into game number 3. And we're back with game number 3 here on Pride of Altaris. In between the 2 pro players, in the upper left in the red it is SERRAL from Finland, and in the lower right in the blue it is MARU from South Korea. So nice fast game here. In the second game, SERRAL being able to fend off the attack by those Reapers and answering really strong with mass Zerglings and with Banelings, being able to punish here MARU. So yeah, MARU has to, of course, come up with something else of a strategy. Let's have a look what his answer is going to be here in game number 3. So the score is currently 1-1. IEM Katowice it is. So yeah, let's have a look at something is going to change. By the looks of it, no, SERRAL still going for the same open up here, still for a fast expansion, sending out here his overlord just to scout the map. This is, by the looks of it, a 4 spawning location map. Now let's have a look at the builder. This time MARU deciding to block the entrance with a barracks and adds a refinery, so 1 Reaper will also be out really soon, but no mass Reaper attempts this time by MARU. Let's have a look at the build order. Yes, indeed, it is the same build order by SERRAL. Extractor, so no, fast expansion into Extractor and spawning pool. Now his overlords are, of course, out on the map. They are searching for some proxy barracks. Of course, MARU is known for his proxy barracks, just to build some barracks around the map, just to harass the Zerg, but no such thing now from him, as he's going into that first Reaper who's being trained. And at the same time, he's also expanding here at the 1 minute 40-second mark. Oh yeah, also pretty standard stuff here by him. This time not deciding to go for a factory and starport, setting straight into a fast expansion. Thinking, of course, that SERRAL might also have that fast expansion. So yeah, once again, setting out here. His SCV is going to scout the expansion, so he knows that his expansion is going to be safe. So yeah, this scouting SCV, like we've seen in game number 1, really important. He might even try to block once again the expansion point here with an engineering bay, as 1 Reaper is out, so he might try to snipe a Zergling or 2, even a drone. But of course, as soon as the Queen is out, the harassment will stop. Yeah, the Reaper is of course going to be as annoying as possible. He's sniping 1 Zergling, but that's okay. And yeah, just roaming around, just being annoying here. Queen is out, the Reaper is a little bit surrounded, but he's healing himself up, as the second Queen is of course now trying to snipe this 1 Reaper. Still checking here the expansion point. Let's have a look at MARU's main a little bit. There's yet another expansion being built here, so nice build order. This is of course much used here by him. It's going into a second expansion, has that factory out, swaps now here for some Hellions, perhaps for some mines. Not going for his starport, he's going for another barracks, as SERRAL decides to take here his expansion as well. So this expansion will be very likely floated up into this location. And yeah, the pretty standard open up by both players. Reaper is still alive, as SERRAL still tries to continue here with those queen eggs, just to spread the larva, just to spread the creep around the map. Yeah, no other buildings are being made yet by him. He's just fending off here any attack. He's just upgrading the speed for those Zerglings. And yeah, just goes straight into his other expansion. Same can be said here by MARU, so launches now some Hellions will be very likely launched really soon. Second barracks is up, and it looks like speed has already been done here by SERRAL for those overlords. So he really wants to know what exactly the plans from MARU are. He's seeing now the expansion. He also should be able to see the starport really soon. So yeah, like many Terrans, MARU will of course try once again to harass the Zerg as much as possible. Some Hellions do move out. Let's have a look if he's going to get some connections here, if he's going to snipe some workers. But yeah, those queens are really tanky against those Hellions, and they even might get healed up by other queens. So yes, SERRAL with 4 queens should be fine here. Some Zerglings have been added. Still I don't see no Baneling's Nest, I don't see a Roach Warrant, so it might once again be Zerglings with queens against MARU. Let's have a look at the answer from MARU against this. His barracks still not being uploaded, as once again SERRAL comes here through with his scouting overlord. Looks like he's just adding more and more marines, more and more Hellions. This is just going to stay now back into his main, just walls in here really nicely. SERRAL also having so many overlords just for scouting, so really nice stuff. Many marines do pop out. The first medivac is also out, as he might try to snipe him, might try to add here a reactor towards that starport just to pump out more and more medivacs. Now a move out is going to happen here. Marines with Hellions. And let's have a look if SERRAL is going to be prepared for that. There's many queens, there's also many Zerglings. Nice creep spread. And let's have a look what exactly is going to happen. Is MARU going to be successful with this push, as his expansion is already taking damage from those Zerglings? So yeah, early aggression here by both players. As in comes MARU with those Marines. Let's have a look, is he going to make something happen? Some Banelings will get some connections here. He's even having some Hellbats, the Hellbats do hold. Now MARU is getting surrounded, so he has to pull out. So really great defense here by SERRAL, as he's also dealt quite some damage here towards this orbital command. MARU might try to repair it really soon. So a great first hold by SERRAL with some Banelings, with some Roaches, sorry, with some Zerglings, with some Queens. And he almost sniped here the expansion from MARU. He might snipe it with some Banelings if MARU is not being careful, if MARU is not going to repair it. Let's have a look what's going to happen. MARU still tries to abuse here with his medivac. Let's have a look at his main. It's just mass marines, very likely into medivacs, and we also see some siege tanks now being added by MARU. So let's have a look at the worker count. MARU a little bit behind, 36 versus 41. SERRAL still tries to snap some marines. So yeah, MARU just leaves here this medivac just to have vision in case a army move out is going to happen here by SERRAL, as SERRAL also has taken the base into this location. Yeah, MARU once again is perhaps going to move out. Let's have a look. Is he going to regroup? Snipe the overseer. And where is that? The expansion is still pumping, but the expansion also really low. So this could be a chance, like I told you, for SERRAL to snipe this expansion, as we see a medivac even move out with a tank. They might really soon meet here into this location. I guess MARU wishes to snipe this one base. Let's have a look if he's going to be successful. Solbastel, the siege tanks are sieging up. SERRAL on the high ground. Nice scan. Some queen eggs will be sniped, but let's have a look. Is MARU going to commit? He's going to very likely slowly push here forward. Finds here a nice position for those tanks, but hold on, we actually have a Baneling drop here by SERRAL. Nice tactics here by him, as those Zerglings are coming here through, and knows not that many defenses actually. No defenses at all here for MARU, just a couple of marines as he has to uplift the base. The base is already burning. Let's have a look at this harassment here. 22 SCVs have already been sniped here by this group of Zerglings. At the same time, a nice harassment here by MARU, but the damage has already been done as in come those Zerglings with those banings, and they should be able to fend this off, or are they? So much more is being added here by SERRAL as he should be able to hold this. And remember, he has dealt 22 SCVs, he has killed 22 SCVs. Luckily here for MARU, the command center hasn't been sniped. So nice abusement here. He even has that transport capability here for those overlords. Really great stuff here by SERRAL. And a nice abusement. He might even try, indeed those Zerglings are coming through, so he might try once again a drop here. This overlord still not being punished by the Terran as once again MARU tries to move here forward. Sadly for him, he has lost 22 workers, and by the looks of it, SERRAL is preparing once again a launch towards the expansion point from MARU. Let's be careful with this one overlord here. No defenses, no turrets here, nothing, just a couple of marines. So SERRAL might be successful here with a drop. Let's see how many workers is he going to be able to snipe once again. So much splash damage, 9 workers here, really nice job. And even 2 banelings are being saved. Yeah, MARU reacting really quickly, but so much splash damage is being taken as once again some banelings are pouring through, but there is a tank to fend this off. Still, the expansion once again has to be repaired by MARU, as MARU also tries here to abuse the Zerg, but in the end here so much is being added by SERRAL, so SERRAL should be able to hold. And his overlord is still alive, he still has those 2 banelings in them, and yeah, there's that answer here from MARU. Of course, leaves 3 marines and 1 turret just to fend this off, so things should be able to calm down a little bit as we have passed now really soon the 10-minute mark. So nice abusement in the end. 9 workers with 22 great number. 31 early SCVs have been killed here by SERRAL versus MARU. MARU still tries somehow to poke here through, but in the end the defense is really strong by SERRAL as he has that high ground. Once again, some damage will be dealt just a little bit. He might try to drop into this location. No, he's just spawning here. As at the same time he has taken the gold expansion now, so nice greedy gameplay here by the Terran as his units will be very likely surrounded now. He's trying to kite back, tries to snipe some of those marines, but now SERRAL has even added some hydros here, and hydros of course just to counter those medivacs, just to attack those medivacs, as the gold has also been taken here by SERRAL. So SERRAL looking really strong with those 86 workers. And let's have a look at the next moves by them. Overlord still in position, of course, not going to come here soon. Perhaps he might try this location just to fend off the attacks from the turret, but let's have a look at the damage here in the middle of the map. Just a small group of marines should be able to be pushed back, and we have now Zerglings into banelings into Hydra. Really interesting strategy. More and more Zerglings, more and more banelings will be prepared here by SERRAL just to deal economic damage. And yeah, let's have a look what the answer from MARU is going to be. Perhaps he's going to transition like he did in game number 1 into mass mechanical units, into those stores, into those siege tanks. Battle cruisers would also be a nice addition here by him, as he's now even preparing some mines just to have splash damage against SERRAL. SERRAL tries, of course, to kill those rocks, and he should be able to pull here through, and so much damage could be dealt here against these planetaries. The cities have been pulled back, 5 have already been sniped, the planetary has fallen. At the same time, MARU now tries to snipe here the hatchery and be able to be successful, so nice snipe as both players are damaging their gold mines towards each other. So yeah, really great harassment by both players. Some SCVs have been sniped, so in the end both players are just answering each other with the same note just to snipe those bases, those gold bases. Really important. As here once again SERRAL tries to move forward, tries to find some connections against MARU, but MARU has a nice spread here of those tanks. Yes, those marines, and even some marauders now have been added with those concussive shells, perhaps just to slow down the push out of those banelings. But yeah, things have settled down a little bit. Hold on as I say this. Once again, SERRAL pushes here forward, with his Zerglings, with his Banelings, taking quite some damage out of MARU. MARU on the high ground, even long distance mining, so those Hydras are just kiting back and forth and sniping here 17 SCVs. So yeah, MARU really struggles into this game. SERRAL almost having 30 more workers here than his opponent, and the gold base is not yet up. So SERRAL tries with some long distance mining to counter here SERRAL, but the same can be said of course here for SERRAL. Now finally the gold mine is up. MARU tries to expand here into this location as well. And yeah, SERRAL still preparing here a launch towards the base, towards the gold base, very likely here from SERRAL. So look, if he's going to be successful, he might try to snipe some Queen Eggs here, might try to snipe the hatchery. SERRAL is going to answer at the same time. He's moving here forward. He has some lurkers now. Lurkers, perfect counter towards all of those Marines getting scanned here. There are no ghosts to snipe those lurkers, so much splash damage is going to be taken here by MARU. We even have some Vipers. Let's have a look what they will be doing. Perhaps some blinding clouds, perhaps some parasitic bombs against the Terran. Great scans, but in the end he's just missing some ghosts. There are the first ghosts here, and yeah, ghosts really strong, like I told you in the late game against the Zerg. Yeah, let's have a look. This space is of course really important. MARU still not mining from here. Yes, yeah, let's have a look at the next steps here. SERRAL decides to change the position. He's decided to move here forward. He might snipe this Medivacs. It would be really nice. Even harpoons the Medivacs, and the Hydras will be able to take them down. 2 of them at least. So yeah, really nice job here by SERRAL. Is once again he's changing tactics, he's changing position. There are quite some defenses here, quite many mines, really nicely spread out here by MARU. Mines of course really strong against those Zerglings. Let's have a look. Is SERRAL going to commit, or perhaps he's going to transition into Mutalisk? It would be a nice, interesting idea. That we have a small push out with some lurkers, but the scan comes out, and this will be held off. At the same time now in comes SERRAL. He's somehow evading those mines, so really nice job here by him as the Banelings are pouring here through. Once again 8 workers have been killed, so many tanks have fallen here as well, as the Banelings have once again caused chaos here. Again, MARU should be able to hold this, but at what cost? He's now with 48 workers versus the 86 from SERRAL. SERRAL now with 40 more workers. He should be able to launch attack after attack here towards MARU. MARU needs to somehow snipe perhaps a hatchery or 2. Let's have a look. So many more Banelings are being spawned, and just SERRAL just keeps attacking from left and right, and this base sadly here for MARU has no defenses as in come those Banelings. He is nicely reacting, but 10 SCVs once again have been sniped, and he's even borrowing those Banelings. At the same time SERRAL once again moves here forward with those Zerglings. Sadly the door is open here from MARU as more and more chaos going to be launched here towards MARU, so MARU in some serious trouble. He's coming here back with his forces, so let's see what he has. He has Marauders with Ghosts. Ghosts could be of course the answer. Not that many Ghosts, just 6 of them, so the sniping will be really much important. MARU on the high ground. SERRAL is pushing forward with so many Banelings. Ghosts are on cloak. They will be trying to snipe of course more and more Banelings, but yeah, just SERRAL just having way too much. And in the end it was just 27 workers here from SERRAL versus the 84. So yeah, nice job here by SERRAL. SERRAL currently leading with 2-1. And we're back with game number 4 in between the 2 pros. SERRAL currently leading with 2-1, even though it says here 0-0. It's just a new overlay which I have found. So yes, SERRAL 2-1 lead here against MARU as they're spawning now on Berlin. Great, interesting name here for a map. As yes, SERRAL once again moves out really early with his overlord just to scout. You can see it from the shift moves which he has made. He really wants to scout if MARU is going for those proxy barracks somewhere. Let's have a look at the build order from MARU. Pretty standard. Supply depot into barracks, not blocking the ramp here, interestingly enough. So yes, SERRAL of course on the hunt for those barracks, but there is no such thing on the minimap, as he's opening up with his first for a fast expansion. So yeah, the pretty standard open up here for any Zerg. 2 overlords into fast expansion, and very soon he's very likely going to continue like he has shown us in previous games. with his extractor and then his spawning pool. Let's check MARU. There is the refinery, barracks, so yeah, they're pretty standard. Open up for any Terran, as he will very likely add this one annoying Reaper against the Zergs, or he might try to add some more Reapers. It would be an interesting strategy, but by the looks of it, he's just preparing now his SCV here, so he might go for the expansion. Look at the mineral account here, you can see everything here in this new layout, like I told you, which I have found. Yeah, there is that command center, as the overlord is slowly but steadily pushing forward. The other overlord still searching for some barracks, but there is no such thing, as the spawning pool is going to be finished really quick, and the first Zerglings, or just a couple of Zerglings with some queens, will be added, of course, by the Zerg. There we have that orbital command, so we might see some mules, we might see some scans going on really soon. Actually, scans not that much needed, as the first Reaper is moving out here on the map. Let's have a look if he can snipe perhaps a drone or two against SERRAL. He almost snapped this one drone, but SERRAL reacting really quickly, going into that extractor. And the first Zerglings are out. Queen should be out really soon, but this Reaper is of course being really annoying early on. SERRAL also going here for his expansion at 2 minute and 35 second mark. There's, I guess, his timing, and he's cancelling the extractor. At the same time, he's once rebuilding it, so the Reaper won't really have any success here into annoying SERRAL. There is this one drone, might get sniped, no. There is the speed being upgraded, so the Zerg is still really slow, but finally the Queen is coming through, and the Queen should be able, of course, to fend off the first annoyance here by MARU. Reaper early on really good, just to have some scouting purposes. He might even scout this location, so fast unit, also healing himself up, so gathering all of the information which he needs. Gonna jump here forward, might even grenade those drones just to annoy them even more and more, and this door is being cancelled here, but there's 2 queens, even 3 queens, so the Reaper has to be careful. At the same time, is MARU going for his expansion here, hidden into that main, yes indeed, and his build order is once again a 1-1 build order, so 1 barracks into 1 factory into 1 starport. No defenses here for him, no walling in here attempt for him, just 1 Zergling is going to scout this, sees everything he needs, as he has that command center almost ready, and he's very likely going to float it into this location. Yeah, let's have a look, as both players are pretty much preparing their macro game here. Yeah, so mining is going on. MARU is slowly but steadily preparing, of course, that walling, because the Zergs are really much known for those banelings busts through, and also SERRAL having some units here into this location. He might once again upgrade that overlord speed, he might once again upgrade the transportation capability from this overlord. And yeah, let's have a look, he's just going to scout here, but there's a Viking and a Marine, so this should be killed really soon, as the expansion is coming here forward for MARU. And yeah, still no harassment by both players, just a couple of Hellions, although I did miss some kills, so he might have killed a drone or a Zergling. But yeah, nice defense once again here by SERRAL against his opponent, with those queens, with that egg spread here, with that creep spread here, really nicely. SERRAL already making it here through, almost to the middle of the map, but hold on, we have a nice push here by MARU with some Hellions. The queens are in position, some eggs have been snapped, but queens really tanky against those Hellions, so a good counter here by SERRAL. Yes, queens spread all over the map, 3 left, 3 right, so he should be able to fend this off really nicely, as he's spreading more and more creep here around the map, and even expanding here into this location. So nice job here by SERRAL. Yes indeed, he made it to the middle of the map. You actually see it here on the minimap. His creep spread is just crazy nicely here, and his defense is also really strong, as yeah, those Hellions will stand no chance here against those queens. But MARU can of course upgrade those Hellions into Hellbats, and Hellbats much more tankier, much more stronger against those queens. And of course MARU is not going to allow that creep spread, even might snipe a queen here almost. as the reinforcements are pouring in. Now let's have a look at any work that has been done here. It's just some evolution chambers just for some upgrades. There's that baneling nest, so it's going to be Zerg baneling into queens. Let's have a look what the Terran has here to offer. He's walling on really, really nicely his main. Look, he has 5 barracks now being already completed, adding those reactors just to spawn more and more marines, and we even have a tank now, so we might see a push really soon here by SERRAL against his opponent. Yeah, let's have a look. SERRAL still on the defense. Sadly here for MARU, he's not really making any value out of those units, and yet another expansion here by SERRAL. Now you can see the worker count, the army count is pretty much the same, but the worker count of course a little bit higher here for the Zerg. However, things can change really quick in case those medivacs will appear really soon. And he might snipe some workers with those medivacs. And this is why SERRAL has added those spores into these locations. And let's look what the next step is going to be here for MARU. He's still trying to find some connections here. He's of course going to clear that creep spread here, not allowing here for SERRAL to move forward. If he's just adding some more queen eggs, he's going to even make it here with creep into this location. Look at that, he's even adding some more queen eggs here, where the creep spread will be knocking already at the door from this expansion. Really, really nice creep spread here by SERRAL, as we have a small task force here by MARU. Have a look, even queen eggs all over the map. And yeah, so many banelings, so many Zergs, so yeah, SERRAL should be fine. He's trying to snipe one marine or two, but the medivacs are really fast to respond. Same time, another task force here by MARU, so MARU nicely spreading his units. Going to deny so much creep spread here from SERRAL. And yeah, SERRAL tries of course to open the ways here, tries to kill the stones. He might even kill the stones here in these stones, just to make way towards the expansion point here by MARU. Same time he's trying to move here out, but the medivacs will be of course able to see this move out. And yeah, SERRAL already here very, very close towards that expansion point here from MARU. And yeah, MARU just tries to poke here left and right with his medivacs, with his marines. Here more and more banelings are being added by SERRAL. And yeah, MARU pretty much kept at bay here. Perhaps he's going to try to move out strongly. This base is not really that greatly defended, but I guess he fears that creep spread so much more. It's a really, really nice tactic here by SERRAL. Look at that, so many queen eggs are being added here by him. Even left and right, giving him so much of a strong creep highway here. And yeah, finally MARU deciding to attack this with this one siege tank. He has hellbats, and if these rocks fall, he might be in a little bit of a trouble already early on. So he really has to hold this position. And let's have a look. Slowly but steadily, I guess this is the idea here from SERRAL. He's going to try to spread as much creep as possible and just to pincer here towards MARU. MARU is spawning, of course, killing those queen eggs, but SERRAL already here with those queens really, really close towards that position. Finally some queens will be shot down here by those marines. And yeah, the medivac's also doing a nice job. But hold on, we have a great move here forward by SERRAL. SERRAL at the same time sniping those siege tanks. There is a planetary fortress that is taking so much damage. So great first snipe here by SERRAL. Even kills 6 SCVs. MARU tries to rebuild. At the same time he tries to make something happen. He has the high ground, but SERRAL just having so much here. And the first victory goes here for SERRAL, sniping this one command center, sniping 7 SCVs. Really strong stuff. At the same time pushing here forward. This tank already with 15 kills. Let's have a look what exactly the answer from MARU is going to be. He's going into mass barracks, just a couple of factories and just one starport here, interesting enough. So the economy is really strong here for him. Might try to add another command center, but in comes another push by SERRAL, and he even might try to double push. Could be a possibility here into this location. He also has taken this expansion. Let's have a look what the plan here from SERRAL is going to be, as his creep spread is just moving more and more forward towards the base from the Terran. Finally some queen eggs will be sniped And yeah, the Marines are doing a really nice job, but so many eggs have been added here by SERRAL, and sadly here for MARU he's not really able to push here forward towards the main or those expansion points here by SERRAL, so MARU really much held at bay by SERRAL. What could be the answer? Perhaps adding some more siege tanks, of course, and then somehow try to bust here through with those medivacs into this location. As SERRAL once again pushes here forward, add some blinding clouds, very much important, great blinding clouds against those tanks. Even has some hydros now, Zerglings in the front, banelings in the front. Nice spread here by MARU. Reinforcements are pouring in, but so many hydros are in the back, and those banelings are still alive, as they might even try to continue here to bust through. Some ghosts have finally being added now, but the banelings just make it here really far into the base from MARU, as he even has to once again stop producing minerals, and those banelings catching 12-13 SCVs here, and even some Zerglings do make it here through. So crazy stuff here by once again by SERRAL, as he's deciding now to drop this Zergling here, not allowing any landing here of this command center. So the map is pretty much in control here from SERRAL. A great move here by him, as just some lone Zerglings will even stop mining here. Finally the ghost will be able to fend this off, but yeah, really much damage already being taken here by MARU. Let's have a look, another attack is being prepared here. Those Vipers, of course, much more important against those blinding clowns. In come those Zerglings, those banelings once again is pushing really strong here through, and yeah, ghosts are in the back. They try to snipe, of course, as many units as possible. MARU somehow holds, it takes quite some damage, and in the end SCVs once again have to be pulled. The base has been destroyed here. Only 6 SCVs, and look at that, even creep spread here made it through to the expansion point here from MARU. What a crazy creep spread here by SERRAL. I believe I haven't seen this in a long replay, in a long time on a replay, as now MARU finally is going to very likely scan the location and finally kill this Zergling off. Or what exactly is he doing? Perhaps he's just busy mining. No, he's still on the wait. Perhaps he has no energy left to scan this location. And yeah, long distance mining it is going to be here. He's trying, finally in goes the scan, and he should be able to clear this off. But at the same time, SERRAL once again with Zerglings, with banelings, with hydras, really such a strong force, as he's already being maxed out here. So worker wise also he has 20 more workers here against his opponent. And here we go once again, Zergling in the front, tanks in the back, try to deal as much flash damage as possible. In come those banelings, just pouring here forward. The ghosts are massively being kited back and forward. The siege tanks somehow hold their ground, but in the end it's just way too much here by SERRAL, and SERRAL winning this series 3-1 against MARU. What a crazy series we have here indeed, especially game number 1 in between MARU and SERRAL. Really nice stuff here by both players. In the end, SERRAL proving to be a little bit much more stronger here against his opponent. Yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this series as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. This is Tommy signing out.